Hey everybody, this is Heidi
I'm Mike.
from the Bucket List Road Trippers. Glad you could be here with us tonight. And we just wanted to share our trip out west. We took a road trip. This was before the pandemic. Haven't been able to do much traveling this year at all. We drove from
Tupper Lake, New York.
Tupper Lake, New York, which is in the middle of the Adirondack Mountains, upstate New York. We drove to Seattle. Then we flew to Anchorage to see our son and family there, spent a week, then flew back to Seattle. We'd just like to share that trip with you. See, Alaska. It's our shirts, matching. So we just want to share this with you and hope you enjoy it. Okay, so here we go. We're off on another adventure. It's 8:21 on Thursday morning. We will check in later and let you know where we end up. Headed to Alaska. All right. Love y'all. Bye.
Why'd you take your glasses off?
Because
You look smart with them on.
You're funny. So, because we were going to be gone for over 3 weeks, and we decided to drive it, we just like to maybe help you guys, give you some tips on what we did that made things a little bit easier along the road. I'll let Mike tell you what he did to the truck.
Yeah, well, first of all, I bought a brand new truck. And I'm in construction, so when I bought the brand new truck, I put toolboxes in the back and a back windshield rack, ladder rack. So I had to take those off because the tonneau cover that we wanted to use wouldn't allow me to have both on at the same time. So I put the tonneau cover on, and it just made a more secure, weatherproof area to store all the stuff we were going to bring with us.
So we had the truck taken care of, and then it was my duty to make sure we had everything we needed. So in the past, we always, you take a cooler with you, and you always have to deal with the ice. So this year we invested in a
AC, DC, electric cooler. It's just a cooler that runs electric current through it, either for heating or for cooling. And we had that right behind the seat with us, and we didn't have to deal with ice and water and all that stuff. It's like a mini fridge for you can plug into your truck.
Yeah, it was awesome and then we would just take it into the room with us where we could just plug it into the wall, and nothing got rotten. As far as our personal belongings, we knew we'd be stopping every single night. We left on a Thursday morning, and our flight to Anchorage was the next Wednesday. So we knew we had to be in Seattle by then. So what I did was, of course, we always have a case of water in the truck anyway, just because you should for emergencies. But I took a smaller suitcase and I put all our toiletries in there, all our medications and everything, and that went behind the seat in the truck. So I could just take that with us every night into the motel. Then we each had a suitcase with our clothes in it. His clothes in one, mine in the other. And we also had a tote that had winter jackets, spring jackets, our hiking boots, hiking shoes, our poles, things like that. We left those in the back of the truck, and when we got to the hotels at night, we just grabbed the cooler, the toiletry one, and we just opened up the tailgate of the truck, and we just took out a change of clothes for the next morning. And that was the easiest way for us, so you weren't bringing in 8,000 suitcases and any of that. So that's what worked for us, and I don't know if it worked for you, but it worked for us.
Okay, well, when we travel, we like, depending on what time of day we leave, when we leave the house here, we'll drive 8 to 10 hours. And about an hour or so before I'm ready to conk out and quit driving, she'll get on her phone and she'll look at the maps and get on some websites for hotels, and she'll call ahead about an hour ahead and make reservations. So when we get there, we know that we have a room, or supposedly have a room. We've done it the other way where we just show up and there's no rooms. And we go to the next one, there's no rooms. We go to the next one, there's no rooms. So we decided that this was a little bit easier way. And you got the cell phones, you got the internet, you got the LTE, so might as well use them. So that works out the best for us, and it cuts down on the frustration when you're tired and you want to go to bed.
Absolutely. So the websites I usually use in order to find a room is Choice Hotels. I use a lot. We are a member of that, and we get points for that for free nights. I also use Hotels.com, Expedia, and Travelocity. Those are the ones that we generally use to find our hotels at night. We did have an incident on this trip in Fargo, North Dakota, where I made the mistake of not reading the reviews. Yeah, and we got there and
It was disgusting.
it was bad. It was really bad. So I couldn't get my money back. They weren't very nice about it. And we ended up leaving. We ended up not staying. And we've stayed in some places that were not so good. But this one was really, really bad. And it was really sketchy. So just read the reviews, before you do any of this stuff.
Day 2, boy, what a sunrise over there. Beautiful day. Here we go.
Here we go. It's, what time is it? 6:54 in Indiana. Our bodies are telling us that it's 7:54 in Tupper Lake. So we're up, we have breakfast, and we're going to be headed west again, uneventful. And last night we got to see a gorgeous, gorgeous sunset. And so we're excited. Hopefully we'll make it to Fargo, North Dakota is where we're going to try and hit. And I'll check in with y'all later. Love you. So when we got to North Dakota, we could see a storm. We were driving into a storm, and it was really kind of cool, but a little bit scary too. We were trying to find the room, and there was tornado warnings, and we were in a really awesome storm. The wind, the thunder, the lightning, and you'll see a video of that. It was kind of cool, but it was kind of scary at the same time. North Dakota. Lightning. Yes. It stopped raining, but it hasn't stopped lightning. That's crazy. Woo! Getting in the truck now. So, when we left North Dakota, we were headed to Red Lodge, Montana. Okay, so we're in the car again, the truck, and we had a pretty interesting evening with the storm and everything, and it was really cool. And traveling cross country is fantastic. The United States has some beautiful, beautiful areas, and it's just absolutely amazing. And so today's destination is Red Lodge, Montana. So we should get there around 5 o'clock or so. We're going to hang out there, and then tomorrow hopefully the weather will be good and we'll be able to do Beartooth Pass and some Yellowstone and continue on our way. All right, love y'all. Take care. Bye. We were getting tired. He was getting tired. We needed a break, and we saw a sign for scenic overlook. And when we pulled in there, it was the Theodore Roosevelt National Park. It wasn't, we didn't actually go into the park, but it was like an overlook to the park. It was really cool. I think it was called Painted Canyon. So as we're going down the road, we see a sign that says Scenic Overlook, Scenic View, Theodore Roosevelt National Park, Painted Canyon. So we decided to stop. We are in North Dakota, and this is what we see. Absolutely amazing. Just like at the Badlands in South Dakota. Phenomenal view. Breathtaking.
Yeah, there was buffalo.
There was lots of those, you know,
Yep.
hanging out in the parking lot and everything. For you, we just stopped on a scenic thing. How cool is that? And when you pull up here, buffaloes just hanging out there. Cool, right? There goes Mike. Don't get too close to the buffaloes like a ding dong. So that was really cool. That was just a really neat stop, and the Painted Canyons really reminded us of the Badlands in South Dakota that we had gone to several years before. It was absolutely beautiful. So if you're driving through there, and you happen to go, you know, by this, don't just drive by it. Stop there. It's absolutely amazing. Red Lodge, Montana is the cutest little town.
Yeah, it is. It's really nice.
It's
It's quaint. It's quiet, and it's a nice place to go. You need if you ever out that way, you need to stop in Red Lodge, Montana.
All right, so we're at Red Lodge, Montana, and the deer are actually crossing the street in the crosswalk. That is hilarious. They are crossing the road. Here comes another one over there. There they go. Crossing the street. And there they are. Doing what they do.
We went there because we wanted to go over the Beartooth Mountain Pass into Yellowstone, the northeast gate of Yellowstone.
okay. Here we are. We are
For you, Lori.
headed out of Red Lodge, hoping that Beartooth is open. It was closed yesterday due to some storms, but today is absolutely gorgeous. Not a cloud in the sky, so we're hoping that it is open. Red Lodge, Montana is absolutely amazing. It is so cute, and people are so friendly, and it sits right down in a bowl. You're just surrounded by all the mountains, which is very cool. So I will send you photos as we head up the pass, hopefully. All right, signing out. Love y'all. Bye.
But unfortunately, it was 56 degrees in Red Lodge, Montana when we left that morning, and when we headed up the mountains, they had the road closed because it was a wicked snowstorm, and the gate at the state line was closed. So we went all the way to the top to the state line and had to turn around and come back. And you'll see in the video, it was pretty pretty sketchy up there, and there was snow on the roads, and in some spots you couldn't even see the road.
Yeah, it was
So-
really windy.
Yeah,
Really windy.
but you know, it's you got to get there before we went. And that when did
We left on September 25th. We went the end of September, beginning of October was when our trip was.
yeah, and so the end of September, beginning of October, there's snow up on those mountains, and you can't get through. So they just close them.
Yep,
So
Yep.
yeah, you have to go during the summertime.
absolutely. Next time.
Next time.
We'll get it. We'll get it next time.
Yeah.
We'll get it next time. It's kind of blizzardy up here. Not really blizzardy, but windy and snowy. So, it is very cool. Ride, and as you can see up here, the gate is closed, so we cannot go to Yellowstone this way and into Wyoming. There's a lot of snow there, so oh well, we'll turn around and go back, and we'll do something different. Right, Mikey?
That's it. We're gonna do what we gotta do.
There you go. So when we left Red Lodge and we weren't able to make it over the pass, we headed to Bozeman.
Yeah,
So-
we came back down.
We came back down
and we went through Cody
and
and
Yellowstone.
up. We went all the way through Yellowstone because
Yeah.
I'm a senior citizen, and then we have a lifetime pass. So we drove all the way through Yellowstone to the northwest gate, the west gate, and we went up to that. We stayed in Bozeman that night.
So we didn't get over the pass, but this is where we're headed. We're gonna go down to Cody, a little hour out of our way, and then head over there into Yellowstone. Beautiful. neat because we got to have lunch in Yellowstone, and
Yeah.
it was beautiful.
Yeah, there's, I mean, it's a bucket list thing to do. Definitely.
Absolutely. If you can do it, do it. So from Bozeman, we drove to Seattle. Here we go.
We're going again.
Well, good morning. 7 o'clock, Bozeman, Montana. I had a great night's sleep. It's beautiful here. And today's destination is Seattle, Washington. We got a haul ahead of us, but we can do it. And what a beautiful sunrise we had here. So I'll check in with you later. Love y'all. All right, have a good day. Bye. We got there a day earlier than we needed to be there. So it was, it was a beautiful drive. I mean, going into Washington State was like, I've never seen anything like it. And we live in the Adirondack Mountains, so we know mountains. But it was awe-inspiring.
Yeah, and
everything.
it was also rainy. And when we hit the mountains, it was rainy, and Interstate 90 is through the mountains in eastern Washington is sketchy in the rain. I would not want to haul a camper on that highway in the conditions that we drove without a camper.
Yeah.
It was it was sketchy. But
Yeah.
You got to do what you got to do when you want to go where you want to go.
Exactly. So we got to Seattle and we checked into our hotel, and it was the Clarion Seattle Airport Hotel, and it was really nice. So I'm riding on the pole thing. That's what we're doing. Mikey's pushing me on the pole thing. We have too much fun.
Kids will be kids.
Yes, and people saw us do it. Who cares? Yay! And it really wasn't that expensive either.
No, it wasn't.
It was very clean. The staff was great, and they had a restaurant there, and the food was
Food
was really good.
Yeah.
And the continental breakfast was really good. They had a lot of, it was like hot and cold and
yeah.
Everything you wanted. So when we got there, we just ate, and we were really tired, so we didn't do anything in the evening. So the next day, we had a whole day. We said, well, let's just go for a ride. And
Yep. Hopped in the truck and got on the highway.
Here we are.
Good morning. So it's 8:15 here in Washington, and we are at our hotel in Seattle. So we are just going to go today and explore as we fly out tomorrow morning. Not sure where we're going to end up. Just going to go do what we do. So I'll keep you posted, and I will post photos of whatever it is that we end up doing. All right. Love ya.
Later.
Bye.
And it's a suburb of Seattle. We were on the other side of the airport, south of Seattle. So we drove by the airport and we went down into the city of Seattle, which was, I mean, it was nice to see the city, but the entire city was under construction. Everywhere you turn, there's detours and construction equipment and everything going on. I mean, But you know that's life in the city.
Right.
But yeah, you know, and we don't live in the city. I've worked in the city before, but we don't live in the city, so we didn't spend too much time there.
Right.
Drove by the Space Needle, which on pictures it's really impressive in pictures, but when you drive by it, it's not that impressive. There's
really
there's
wasn't.
there's buildings a lot taller than that Space Needle.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, we it didn't take us long. We were only in downtown Seattle for about an hour,
yeah.
and we had enough of city traffic.
Yeah.
So
And we had been driving for 5 days
yeah,
already. So
yeah,
so we had some time, and we were so close to Mount Rainier that we said we would be crazy not to drive the hour that it took us to get there to go see Mount Rainier. But the thing is, when you put it in your GPS, don't just GPS Mount Rainier. Make sure you put in the name of the visitor center, the main visitor center, because you put it in your GPS to Mount Rainier, and it took us in
we went in the back way. There's
another
like
entrance. There's 4 entrances. I'll put a picture of that up, the names of the entrances. But, you know, we were really kind of glad that we did that, because
Right.
we got to see different sides of the mountain, and it was spectacular. I wouldn't suggest going this route in a car. It was a real bumpy, muddy
yeah,
road. All right, so this is the road you have to come on to get to Mount Rainier National Park. And we're not even there yet. And I'm just going to go up this way to this part. It continues up on that road there. But we wanted to stop here because, well, you can't really see it that great, but there is Mount Rainier. There's a glacier on there, kind of in the clouds, but you can kind of see it. Very cool.
yeah. A lot of logging going on on the roads that we took. But some of the views that we saw were views that you don't see if you're going to take a car, go to the visitor center. And it's just, I mean, it's just one of the things that we like to do is we don't really plan our day out. We just know what general direction we want to go, and if we see something interesting, then we'll go explore it.
Yeah, it was pretty neat. And then we went and tried to find the visitor center, but we still didn't find it. We ended up in another entrance while we went down. And word of warning: there's no bathrooms anywhere. So, you know, be prepared for that. Just as a lady, just so you know. But we got to see the views that were just, I can't even express them. It was, I think, the best thing that we did while we were in Seattle.
Yeah.
We were going to drive the truck and leave it at the airport.
Yeah.
But there was what do they call those? Park and fly?
Yeah.
There was a park and fly right behind the hotel.
Right.
It was like half the price that you
Shuttle.
would pay. It was a shuttle. So you could park your vehicle there. It was in an enclosed area.
Yeah. Gated, locked gated area.
And then how did that work? We left it there, and then they gave us a ticket.
Yeah.
So then they gave us a ticket with a number on it, and they shuttled us to the airport, And when we came back in, we called that number and they asked us what letter it was. I think we were in lot C or something.
Yeah.
And they came and picked us up and they brought us right back to our truck.
Yep.
So we didn't have to worry about, airport parking or airport traffic or anything like that. It was really good. And so I suggest if you're in a hotel, it wasn't through the hotel though. This Park and Fleets was a separate entity. But if you can do that, I would suggest doing that because it really took a lot of stress off
Yep.
doing that.
Yep.
So we flew from Seattle to Anchorage, Alaska. All right, good morning. It's 4:00. Actually, it's about 4:45 now. So headed to see my grandbabies and my son and my daughter-in-law. Very excited. And just praying that the flight is good. All right, love y'all. We'll check in later. It was like a 2-hour flight, 2.5 maybe. It wasn't long at all. Where we got to see our son and daughter-in-law and our grandchildren, and it was wonderful.
Pretty high. What are those?
And the potato.
Those are potatoes.
Next in line.
Potato chips.
And here's everybody else.
You are, if your daddy is the king, that means you are the heir to the kingdom.
Crab legs. If you can get to Alaska, do it.
Yep.
We saw some amazing things there. It is absolutely beautiful. We saw moose and what else did we see?
Whales.
Whales, beluga whales,
Yep.
tons and tons of eagles. There were eagles everywhere. And then we did a hike. Our son took us on a hike up it's called the Bodenberg Butte. And you and Scott were way ahead of me and Megan, but we did good. It's 500 and some odd stairs. There'll be a picture of it up. So it was our legs were burning when we got up there, but it was really neat. The views up there. There was a glacier that we could see.
Yeah, we saw a glacier.
It was like 360-degree views
Yep.
all around there, and we got videos of just eagles soaring all over the place. you know, it was wonderful.
Oh, we're gonna start up the mountain. Yay! I cannot begin to tell you how amazing this is at the top of this butte. Unbelievable. It is unimaginable. You have got to come up here and see this for yourself.
That's the glacier coming out of
300.
the valley over there off the mountain. See it down
And
there?
that's the glacier right there. Glacier coming down. We just keep going. This is just unbelievable. Almost 360-degree view of just peaks everywhere. It is phenomenal. Breathtaking. There's just no words. No words to even believe what this looks like.
And one day, Scott took us to an Oktoberfest.
Oktoberfest at Aliska Mountain Resort. Heidi had her wiener. Megan's got the baby. Scott's got the schnitzel and the beer. And Adeline's got the game going. Elijah's over there playing the game too. But it's a beautiful ski resort. And it's not even October.
And on the way back, well, first of all, he took us to Beluga Point.
Well, that's the same day.
Yeah, that's where we went first. And we didn't see any whales.
We're at Beluga Point with the fam. Hi! I'm gonna go see what we can see. We just saw an eagle and some doll sheep, but you can't really tell with the sheep.
at Beluga Point. There was no belugas. But as we were coming back from the Oktoberfest, I happened to look out the window and said to my daughter-in-law, "Are those whales?" Because I could see the water flying up in the air, and there was a whole pod of beluga whales. So we pulled over, and we got some. They're not the greatest videos, but you can see them.
There's a bunch of them over there too. I don't
Yeah.
know if you can see it, but those are beluga whales coming up out of the water. Oh, there's a good one.
My God. Maybe
There it
it'll
is.
actually jump out of the water.
That is so cool.
Maybe one might jump.
Look at that.
No,
you stick your
see that like.
Maybe one might jump out of the water.
Oh, there's more.
Maybe one will actually
There's beluga
jump.
whales. Look at them. They're blowing all over the place. Woo.
Holy cow.
There's a
Holy.
wow.
Oh my.
Oh, look at 'em
Not
go.
good.
There's no way to count how many.
I've never seen whales in the wild, so it was pretty neat to see that. From Beluga Point, I think it was Beluga Point where we could see Mount McKinley.
You mean Denali?
Denali. Well, it used to be Mount McKinley. This is what we do. But it was really cool because it was one huge mountain. It used to be Mount McKinley, but now it's Mount Denali.
Yeah.
So anyway, we have photos of that on there too, way off in the distance. But I don't think it was at Beluga Point. I think it was another place that we stopped. I don't remember that. But anyway, well, that is our trip from here to Seattle to Anchorage and back to Seattle. The next video, because from Seattle, we drove down to Moab, Utah, and spent 5 days there adventuring. So that's going to be the second video to this one. And we hope you liked our video. And if you did, subscribe.
What are you doing?
I'm pointing to you
Why?
so you can say, push the subscribe button.
You just did.
And like us on YouTube. That'd make us very, very happy. And thank you, and look for the next video, because there's really cool stuff in that Utah area that we did. You know, we did the Arches and Canyonlands, Dead Horse Point, and we also did the dinosaur stomping grounds, which is really cool. So, all right, well, we are signing off, and again, we are the Bucket List Road Trippers, and I like to call us the Blurt. The BLRT.
We'll get some t-shirts so you can read it.
And sometimes, as you can tell, I just blurt things out. So it really does work for us. All right. Thank you.
right, take
Sayonara.
care.
Take care.